Between money or health?
Uh, Health.
Why
Yeah.
is there like a deep breath? Health.
Yeah, no, like I think I'm relatively healthy. So sometimes when you ask between money and health, just like, okay, what do I not have? Yeah, but health, health.
Things, Sanbonani, Dumelang, Abusheni, Makadini, Bonjour. I mean, the list still goes on and on and on. Hi, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nomsa, and as you can see, Namhlanje, I am not alone. I am with this wonderful gentleman, which happens to be my uncle, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're like, what? This guy is now actually interviewing me. I seen you grow up since yeah.
Yeah, no, I fetch you from the hospital. Yeah,
It's the same national anthem. You always say, Hore, I change your diapers every
yeah, I
single
did.
time. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me.
So guys, I am really excited about today's show, or yeah, today's show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And before I start, I'm actually going to start with a quote, right? From that Nelson Mandela, and he says that education is one of the most powerful weapon which one can use to change the world. And I'm really excited because I am also sharing these videos to create a platform of people from different sectors around Africa, mostly, to tell us about their careers, what you need to do, to actually enter into that profession, to enter into that kind of industry. So today I am joined with the one and only Godwin Mafireyi. And actually, I am not going to do the introduction. You're usually going to do the introduction
All right.
yourself.
Okay.
Please tell us who you are.
Okay. My name is Godwin Mafireyi. Actually, I'm Baba Anashe. I'm a father of two sons and husband to a beautiful wife.
And
Yeah.
you forgot. I mean, my channel is mostly about owning your culture.
Okay.
And obviously, you are from Africa. I
All
mean, you
right.
should tell us where you're from, what
Okay.
language you
Right.
speak.
Right.
Mm.
Ndinonzi Baba Anashe. So that's Shona for my name is Baba Anashe. So I'm Shona from Zimbabwe. I've been staying in South Africa for about 12 years now. I'm married my wife. Yeah. And
And your wife is Tswana.
yeah, my wife is Tswana.
And you know how to speak Tswana. I mean, like,
Yeah, I
please, can you
can't
talk about...
Tswana.
Because the beauty, the beauty of African
Yeah,
languages.
yeah.
Okay, without wasting much of your time, can you just introduce yourself in terms of your career field?
Or I am a scientist by profession. More specifically, bioinformatician.
Scientist.
Yeah.
Okay, and under that scientific name,
Yeah.
what is it called? You say bio what?
Bioinformatician.
Hey,
Yeah.
continue.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's a relatively new field, so to speak, but then it's been in existence for a while, but then it's only gaining traction now. But then bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is a field in science which applies computer science to analyze genomes of organisms. So if I can rephrase that, I can say bioinformatics is the application of computer science technology to analyze the genetics of organisms. Okay, so that's me just saying we use computers to to understand the genetic makeup of organisms.
Organisms such as...
Well, so I am in the agricultural sector, so I mainly work with plants, but bioinformatics works in all types of organisms. There's bioinformatics for bacteria, bioinformatics for humans, bioinformatics for viruses, anything that is a genome. So if you can actually check during the COVID pandemic, it was mainly bioinformaticians who were actually busy trying to find the vaccine. I mean, of course, together with pathologies and geneticists.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So in this industry of yours, you can actually like choose for a different variety
Yeah.
of what you wanna focus on mostly.
Yeah. So, and the cool thing again about bioinformatics is like it's a sort of a two disciplinary field. Yeah. So have uh, both biological sciences, or specifically genetics, and computer science. Yeah, so you need to use both these fields to actually become a bioinformatician. So yeah, there's like very different industries that you can get into, because you know computer science and you also know genetics. So genetics, if you're a geneticist, you can work with genomes of all organisms. So you can work in healthcare, you can work in agriculture, you can work with in drug discovery. Yeah, so
I'm actually getting an idea that this um, line of study actually opens up a lot of careers if you
it
actually
does.
like
Yeah.
worry to say, am I actually going to study this the whole of my life if you're
Yeah,
that
no, no, no.
person?
You can change it. I'm going to explain the my journey, yes, but then you're not confined to one industry. If you
Okay.
if you if you if you're a mathematician, you can switch from forensic science to plant science, and you can then go to virology and go to healthcare. I mean, like you can just switch industries like that, because all of
It's
these
quite flexible.
organisms, the one common thing with all living organisms is that they have cells, and within those cells there are nucleuses, and inside the nucleuses there's genetic information that is encoded on these molecules called genomes. So all living organisms have got those genomes, and bioinformatics is the study of those genomes using
I'm
computer
sure our viewers are actually hearing the word cell, organism, and
science.
obviously my
Yeah.
mind is basically taking me to high school,
Yeah.
where when you have to choose a subject, it mostly
Yeah.
has to be science.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are one person who's very interested in science, I think also continue listening so that we can hear what he has in store for us. So okay, after you're done with high school,
Yeah.
right? You've passed, you have got a passion, you are mostly open-minded to studying, science and the PhD that you're actually. Oh, by the way, he's got
Yeah. 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 Oh yeah.
and congratulate. I mean, can you just tell us, take us the steps, like
Okay.
what do you need to do? What do you need to apply for? What are the requirements? Which varsities do you need to apply for, especially in Africa?
Okay. Okay. So let's start from the bottom.
Please.
Yeah. So in high school, you need obviously to be having an inclination to mathematics and science. So if you like those subjects, then yeah, so you need to take physical science, biology, and mathematics as one of your subjects. So if you have those, you then apply to university to apply for a Bachelor of Science degree. So a Bachelor of Science degree can be okay. If you want to be a bioinformatician, you can start with any biological sciences degree, such as genetics, biochemistry, or biological sciences. Yeah. Or even mathematics as well as a other major. So that's the BSc that you need to have at the beginning. Or you can also do just uh, BSc in computer science. So that's the first thing. So the first degree that you need to get is that BSc in either biological sciences degree or a computer science degree. So if you get a biological sciences degree like genetics, you need to couple that up with programming. So that means before you actually apply for your honors, you need to have studied some programming. And mostly this is done through boot camps or online courses. So um,
What other, like, what online courses can you
take, yeah.
take? Yeah.
Good. I think the best way to explain these routes is to just describe the way I did it.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started with the BSc in biochemistry and mathematics from the University of Zimbabwe. I then moved to South Africa and studied my honors in forensic genetics at the University of Free State. When I was finishing my honors here, I I also started doing online courses because I was just interested in programming. I didn't know that it would actually be helpful in the future. But then I just like, nah, let me just take a course in programming. So I studied Python programming, an introduction to Python programming, from Coursera. There's a online there's an online course. There's an online website where you can take a lot of courses. It's called Coursera. There are also some other online websites like Udemy, and there's a bunch.
Very.
Yeah. So I took one from Coursera to Python programming. I also took bioinformatics algorithms introduction from the same website, and I got certificates for those. Then when my bonus certificate came, and my programming certificates also came, I used those to apply for my master's degree. So I applied to all universities in South Africa that were offering MSc in bioinformatics at that time. Which at that time it was only the University of Pretoria and University of Western Cape and Rhodes, yeah, that were offering those bioinformatics. So I got responses from like all of them. The one that I took was University of Pretoria, because they were offering a better bursary. So
I think we have had a brief about your career, and I think now we are moving to one of the most exciting parts of this
all
interview.
right, which one is that?
Money.
Okay.
Money. Salary, salary, salary.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
as you said, you're a
Bioinformatician.
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 Yeah.
Bioinformatician, like monthly salary.
Okay, obviously I'm not going to tell you how much I get per month, but I can give you a very, very big range of how much you can expect. Okay.
I mean, you can.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm joking. So just like a scale.
Yeah. Okay, so it depends on the industry that you're working at. Okay, as a bioinformatician, you can, as I said, you can work in healthcare, you can work in agriculture, you can work in virology, you can work in different fields. So those ones have also got varying salary. Um, Again, so you can be a bioinformatician with an honors degree. So and also you can be a bioinformatician with a PhD. So that varies. So in a nutshell, you can get some um, as low as 25,000 rand to 80 grand. You know, that range. Yeah, so I mean, like it's decent salaries. Because the good thing about being a bioinformatician is that you are in the data science field. Because I know you. So the takeaway is it's not a bad career financially. Yeah.
I mean, if you've got strict parents who are like, okay, when are you going to? I think you should try. Don't be like Nomsa who chose art.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, like I mean, with careers usually it's not really. And I know this is cliche, saying okay, you should not go into a career of your choice based on how much money they're offering. Of course, you should be wise and check how much, you know.
Do your research.
Yeah, you do your
Yeah.
research before you go into any career office. But then, at the same time, going to career only for the money, you probably won't get that amount that you want, because you'll probably be low performing because you don't have the passion for it. Yeah, so if you go into say what weird degree can you think of? Psychology, and you're passionate about it. I know psychology is not a weird degree, but then like if you go into
I'm
psychology,
actually gonna do psychology.
Yeah.
My honest,
Yeah,
like
exactly. That's my point exactly. If you do psychology and you're passionate about it, your earning potential is higher than someone who wants to do bioinformatics and is not. Yeah.
So with all this that you've explained
Yeah.
to me, the whole process, you having to spend years and years and years in doing all this. I remember I was having a conversation before we actually started this before we started shooting about TI.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So the cool thing about this discipline in bioinformatics, as I said in the beginning, that it's a multidiscipline discipline. Yeah. So that's genetics and computer science. So you can run with either. So if you want to, you can say, okay, now I don't want to do bioinformatics. I just want to do DNA extractions and do that. So you can run. It's like, now just want to go in the lab now. You can do that as a bioinformatician because you've got enough background on wet lab. And the also interesting part is the computer science. So since your day-to-day job involves writing code, like actually programming code and writing software to analyze the genome, you sort of get a lot of programming experience. So with that programming experience, you can also implement it into different industries as well, and have a lot of bunch of side projects that you can work on. For instance, when I was actually doing like the question that you asked, when I was doing my master's, I realized, okay, I think I actually like coding more than I do anything else. And I started doing my own side project. I started designing. Okay, I didn't mention this, but then I was a teacher before I was a bioinformatician. I was a high school teacher in town in the northwest.
Northwest,
No, in a lot of places. I was also a teacher in Johannesburg.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. So I've been teaching for a while. Like, I think for um 7 years before I actually came into bioinformatics. So while I was teaching, then I realized that there is a lot of data analysis that we need to do as teachers to analyze uh, the the marks of students, like to see, okay, who's performing and who's not. So most of that stuff is done on paper or in Excel
A lot
spreadsheets
of paperwork.
that most people don't understand how to do it. So I said, like, okay, since I'm already learning how to code, let me just design some software that does all that analysis for me. So I designed at that time a small uh, graphical user interface that does all those analysis. Either called the Teacher Interactive Assessment Tool. It I hosted it on a website. I actually designed my own website because I like to code, and yeah, most of the teachers that I was working with were using it at that time. Yeah, so the project is still in use, right? Most people are actually using TIA, the one that I was working with, and there are also some some schools that have adopted using that program. But then because of me um, doing my PhD now, I mean, I've been
Ah, my lord.
Yeah.
Yummy. You hear
Yeah,
PhD.
So like, yeah, so
You just have to lay aside this app,
yeah,
I have to focus on my
it did,
PhD.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
But then, like, very soon, because my point is yes, even if you don't have to necessarily just focus on analyzing
One thing,
genomes.
yes.
Yeah, you can say, now I'm gonna analyze marks for students, like what I did, like in put TIAT right here at the bottom, www.tiat.co.za. Yeah, so
I will. I
that's
think
where
we should actually have another video of you explaining TRT and also because actually going to different schools, mostly now in South Africa. Are you
yeah,
thinking of taking it around
yeah,
Africa? Well, I'm
around,
mostly,
yeah,
Africa.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a school in Zim that I've been in contact with, that they said
Okay.
that came to this other exhibition that we had for that year thing when I was still teaching, and then that they are already using it in Zim.
Oh, great.
So that means, yeah, the plans in future is to send it to as many schools as possible. Right now, there's a very long free trial for that application. Then I think, and then subscribing for the free trial.
I think also if you are someone who is actually listening from a teacher's perspective, from a principal's perspective, just wait until we actually have a video,
Yeah, video on that.
explaining what exactly this whole app is all about. And yeah, I'm sure like next year as well, if you want us to come to your school, please, again, my email, my Instagram, my Facebook. I'm mostly active on the internet. I'm
Yeah.
not like him.
And
So
also, you can actually try that app for free
okay.
on this website.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I am sure like I've given my viewers as well a lot of information, and if they have more information, if they want to ask more, I'm actually going to direct all the questions to you, and probably going to have a Q&A probably live on Instagram or YouTube,
Okay.
so that you can just answer all the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do subscribe, share, like, just do the most. Any last words?
No, just thanks for having me on your channel, and yeah, I hate advising people about anything.
You're just that guy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure we won't end. Okay, bye. Cut, cut, cut.